Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, followers and supporters. I'm Daniel Stern from Netivyah Bible Instruction, and I wanted to give you a live update from Israel, from Jerusalem. Currently, we woke up to sirens, missiles being sent out from the Gaza Strip to central, south, and Jerusalem areas. I've heard reports that it's 5,000. I doubt that it is that many. I suspect it is considerably less. Similarly and simultaneously, and far worse than that, there have been confirmed reports of terrorists from the Gaza Strip. Not sure I should use the word terrorists, but militants from the Gaza Strip, coming in as many as 60 of them, the majority in pickup trucks and vehicles, and additionally some in through aerial means, paragliding and drone transportation, and there are non-confirmed reports of large-scale massacres in the dozens, but they are not confirmed. There are confirmed casualties and fatalities already. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu just recently went live and stated that we are at war. I believe that was not an official declaration of war, but more a description of the situation. Although we have not officially been at war at least since 2006 in what's known as the Second Lebanese War, and everything that's happened in Gaza since then has only been considered an operation and not a war. Nevertheless, the Prime Minister said in his words, we are at war. Once again, I stipulate that does not necessarily mean an official declaration of war. On the Israeli television channels, I've heard that over 280 people have been wounded and taken to hospitals, which is a relatively large number. I've seen a video of a blown up tank. The report was that it was hit by an anti-tank shell. To that too want to stipulate that all this information is not confirmed, and one never knows if it's old footage or even footage from a different country. But nevertheless, the current news reports that seem to be official is that 7 settlements in the south of Israel on the border of Gaza are currently occupied by militants from the Gaza Strip and under their control. What that means, under their control, is not clear to me. If I had to guess, I would say that it means that the terrorists are controlling the streets of the settlements, and the settlers are in shelters or other hideaways, and the terrorists are going house to house in an attempt to murder them. One might ask, where is the army? And that is indeed the question that most of Israel is asking today. If I had to play devil's advocate for the army, I would say that they were caught with their pants down, which is certainly not defending them, but as a result, they are being cautious in their response to not get themselves into worse situations with more wounded, killed, or kidnapped soldiers. Unfortunately for Israel, the greatest fear is when civilians or soldiers are kidnapped, because those or their bodies are taken to enemy territory, because that situation is drawn out long and involves years of negotiation at exorbitant prices of hundreds of prisoners in a prisoner exchange. So, as it might be harsh to say, but missiles we've been dealing with for nearly 2 decades, and with all the tragedy involved, we can handle it. But kidnapped soldiers and kidnapped civilians is the nightmare scenario for Israel. As I started out earlier, for anyone who missed, there is unconfirmed footage, mainly from Palestinian sources, of wide-scale massacres and kidnapping. I can say that I and my family have gone to our shelter, about 5 or 6 times today when sirens sounded in the Jerusalem area. The sirens are activated by military raiders that, based on the trajectory of missiles from Gaza, estimate the area where it could hit, and then sirens are sounded in all those areas to minimize casualties. And additionally, of course, the Iron Dome missile program goes off and attempts to intercept any missiles that the army feels there's a chance that they will hit in populated areas. That's about all that I have to say at the moment. This seems to be the most severe, serious military situation since 2006 at least. And we're praying for Israel, praying for the IDF, praying for the wounded, praying for the families of the casualties. But allow me to encourage you all that, first of all, there's a fog of war at the moment. The information is not confirmed, and best to wait for confirmation before taking anything that you see as truth. But I'll be honest. The IDF and Israel got caught with its pants down. And this is not a good situation. And pray for our leaders. I'd like to say also pray for the civilians in Gaza that just want to live their lives and will probably get bombed into the Stone Age as a result of their leadership's actions. So God bless you all, and I will be back again if I hear more that's worth sharing.